Very good defending by the Japanese team. A lot of people didn't understand the fact that someone would pay me to talk about video games. Difference maker in this matchup. My family really didn't understand what it was. I don't think they saw it as an actual job. For FIFA is definitely one to be reckoned with. This is my room. Nothing special, it's pretty simple. I've seen many people with much more expensive AV equipment. It's more important to upgrade your content and your abilities, because I think even if you have the most high-end equipment but you are not able to be engaging or your content is not up to snuff, then there's no point in all having all the fancy things. It ends 3-all, tempered and FTRD stuff. And the one thing that really astounds me when it comes to the women's game is that it's really very balanced. Usually in shoutcasting, there's two roles. One's a color commentator. The person brings a lot of analysis, a bit more in-depth in terms of tactics. And then there's a play-by-play. So a play-by-play just calls the action that's on the screen.
Cuts it back in. He finds the player, he finds the teammate. This is good work. This is a beautiful goal for Singapore. It is 3-0. Just finessed it into the right side.
I'm a very introverted person. I keep to myself quite a lot. My circle of friends is very small. Reading is probably the thing I do the most. And you know, I'll read news about football, and that's how I keep up to date with what's happening. I had a friend who was working with Garena, and it was for FIFA Online. I was watching a broadcast and I was texting him and saying I didn't think that the commentators were very good. He asked me to meet him. So when I arrived there, he told me that I was gonna shoutcast a live game. So that was pretty daunting, but I guess I'm the kind of person that I will put my money where my mouth is, and also I think the ego just overtook me. So I just decided to take up the challenge, and that was a decade ago, and you know, it's just blossomed into this, I guess. I took a 5-year break and then I joined the MOE. I think it was a conscious decision that I wanted to focus on being the best educator that I could be. In that 5 years, a lot of things have developed. So it was a bit difficult trying to get back into the scene. Eventually, I left the Ministry of Education and now I am teaching tuition, and I also do teach courses at certain schools as a way to teach life skills. I think that it is very important to dispel all the negativity that people think when they think of esports, especially the older generation such as myself. I guess I'm in a position where I can help people understand that esports is not all bad. So those are the permutations. It's pretty easy to figure it out. So everything hangs in the balance for all three of these teams on that last match. I think the persona that you see on camera and when I'm teaching as well, I put on a persona and I'm very high energy. Both of them require me to entertain as well as educate. But when I'm at home, I think it's time for me to relax and to calm down, and I think I like things a little bit more quiet. I've taken breaks both from teaching and from shoutcasting, so I think in general it's important to take breaks from everything. Nobody would have convinced me earlier on in life that I would have a heart attack at 36. I can't say have you ever been stabbed, because that's how it feels like you've been stabbed in the heart. Thankfully, I have recovered, and it hasn't had a huge adverse effect on me, but I think the one thing that it has taught me is that I can't push myself too hard. I used to overwork myself like crazy. If you have an opportunity to take a break, I definitely think you should. Don't let the fear of missing out or the fear of not doing your job well. I think it's important to take care of yourself first and foremost. Football is something that I enjoy, not just as a game-wise, but also I just do enjoy watching it anyway. Along the way, I also had a business a few years ago, running a football academy as well. So really, it's been in every facet of my life. My academy used to be right there, but unfortunately COVID happened. It's over a year that we were not able to have any games. No regrets, was happy to have done it. I'm approaching 40, so I may not have been shoutcasting the longest, but I'm definitely, in terms of age, one of the oldest. There is obviously pressure because I'm putting my face out there in public and trying to entertain. Some people may enjoy it, some people may not. But that's fine. I'm always open to feedback and criticism, and I always use it to try and improve myself. I think every single event that I get to cast is a blessing, and I'm just happy that I get the opportunities to cast every single event. Just by the Japanese. Nowadays, the younger children, when they play, even their parents come and support. We even see families coming down for esports tournaments to come and view it together. I also hope to encourage more young, up-and-coming casters to try their hand out at casting. So hopefully the talent pool will grow. As the years pass, this will be something that will become very normalized, and esports will be accepted as just any other traditional sport. So that's my hope. If you're gonna ask me, do I foresee myself quitting anytime soon? No. Will I move into something else? I actually have. I'm moving more into events production and events management. I'm not giving up shoutcasting, it's just another thing that I'm going to add on to my resume. As long as people want me to shoutcast, I'm not going to retire anytime soon.